Hi guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films, movies, and most importantly, Avengers discussion. My name's Elijah, and guys, I am back on this channel just in time for Avengers season. It's a super exciting time where we're kind of getting into the last few weeks before we get that final release of Avengers Endgame, and it's going to be an awesome movie. I can already tell I'm so hyped for this movie, and we all are here at Film Artsy. But during this time, it's really hard to speculate sometimes when we're gonna see the next set of promotional material for a movie. So we decided today to take a look at our best guess on when we're gonna see the final trailer for Avengers Endgame, and we have a pretty interesting theory, and we tried to do the best we could at pinpointing the exact date, and we think we came up with something that's pretty close to what most likely will be the release date. But before we get into this talk about the final trailer, guys, if you want extra stuff on all things Marvel and just the type of content we put up on here, make sure you follow our Instagram, link in the description down below, so you get all that extra content and discussion and just general commentary on all the type of geek culture stuff that we cover here. All right, let's get into this discussion.
Agent Romanoff, you miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
So as we continue to get closer and closer to the release of Avengers Endgame, there's a few things that we can still predict about the release schedule of a lot of the promotional material that we're going to see from Endgame. And while we can't exactly use Avengers Infinity War as an exact replica as to when we can make these predictions on what type of promotional material we're going to see, since these movies are being released at almost identical times just a year apart, it does give us a decent approximation as to what day we would be looking at some of these releases on. Now, just like last year after the release of Black Panther, in the post-credits scene of that movie, we did get a little sneak peek as to what is coming in the next Avengers movie. We had the scene with Bucky Barnes, which really started to kind of get the talks going about what is coming up in the next installment.
Go, go.
Good morning, Sergeant Barnes.
Bucky.
How are you feeling?
Good. Thank you.
Come. Much more for you to learn.
And if we remember correctly, even in November the year before with Thor Ragnarok, we even had a post-credit scene that revealed a little bit of footage that would kind of be taken right out of Avengers Infinity War.
Yes, of course, the people of Earth love me. I'm very popular.
Let me rephrase that. Do you really think it's a good idea to bring me back to Earth?
Probably not, to be honest. I wouldn't worry, brother. I feel like everything's gonna work out fine.
Now last year, we didn't have a main MCU movie released in November, so the last kind of clue-in we had prior to Captain Marvel was the Ant-Man and Wasp post-credits scene.
And don't get sucked into a time vortex. We won't be able to save you.
Okay. Going subatomic in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hank! Hope?
So with Captain Marvel finally coming out, and we finally got that post-credit scene and that interaction with Carol Danvers, the stage is finally officially set to get people ready for the full-on promotional material for Avengers Endgame, because prior to this movie releasing in Captain Marvel, we haven't seen any footage of Captain Marvel being in 2019. She wasn't in any of the promotional material that we have seen from the first trailer part 2, if you want to count the Super Bowl trailer as a full trailer. So with what we got out of the post-credits scene of Captain Marvel, the stage is really set for them to finally be able to release full promotional material, because it's pretty obvious that Captain Marvel is going to have to play a massive role in this next film. So when can we kind of expect this next trailer to possibly release? Well, technically anytime now after the release of Captain Marvel, we could see a new trailer just randomly drop, which would be a huge surprise. But if we're using past history as to what Marvel has done in their promotional materials and their promotional methods in the past, typically they wait quite a few weeks after the release of their quote-unquote March film, because they don't necessarily want to start promoting the next movie, which could hurt the sales of the current movie that is already out. If they over-promote Endgame, it could hurt the sales of Captain Marvel, as people might choose to skip that and just get really hyped about Endgame, or get confused about when the movie is actually coming out and what movie is out at the moment. Remember, we're the more hardcore fans in the fan base, not really the casual fan base that still accounts for a massive amount of who buys tickets to see these movies. So with my rough approximation, I would say we are probably 1 month out still from possibly seeing the next and maybe final trailer that we're going to see from Avengers Endgame. We've already had studio heads talk and rumor about the fact that the trailer from Avengers Endgame isn't going to reveal that much information or that many scenes in total. I believe they're only taking a total of 15 minutes out of the entire movie to use as promotional material. And while, of course, we haven't seen 15 minutes of promotional material yet, whatever we do end up seeing is probably going to still be pretty limited as far as revealing much of the plot of the story. I think Avengers Infinity War left a lot of people very obviously seeing what the future was going to look like, or what the next to-do mission is going to be for everyone. I mean, let's be honest. We gotta kill Thanos. We gotta get some revenge, and maybe along the way we get some options to undo some bad things that's happened. So they don't really need to reveal too much of the plot to get people hooked into seeing this movie. I think Infinity War already kind of did that for everyone. What I did like about the first trailer that we saw was that it did introduce some more conflict. It really did that whole isolation story with Tony Stark, which was really unique.
This thing on? Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun.
Especially because it almost mirrors the opening sequence from the first Iron Man.
ये खित्ता उन लोगों के सफेद हड्डियों से भरा हुआ है जिन्होंने हमारा अज़म और यकीन पर शक किया और मगरिबी हमेशा इस दुनिया पर हुकूमत करता रहेगा लेकिन हम जिनको तुम वहशी दरिंदे समझते हो वीरान और बंजर कोनों में इस खातिर जमा हो रहे हैं.
Except this time he's stranded in outer space, and maybe he's going to have to work his way out of it. So as we move along with the speculation, the final trailer / TV spots for Avengers Infinity War actually fell on April 7th of 2018, of course. And since both Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame are releasing pretty much on the same week, just a year apart, this kind of leads us to a little bit of speculation as to what we can expect to see some major ads playing for this game, or the final set of trailers and television commercials to release. Last year, Avengers Infinity War's trailer released on a Saturday, and if we look at the correlating Saturday from the same week, which would be the first week in April for the final Friday release of the film, we're looking at possibly a Saturday release of April 6th, which would actually give us the trailer possibly 2 whole days earlier than what we saw last year, but it also gives us a gap of an extra 2 days at the end until the film would release. Which, if you do the math on that, technically we'd be waiting, I guess, a total of like 3 more days between the trailer's release and the movie release. But yeah, we're going to pinpoint our prediction for this next trailer to release, or the final major trailer of Avengers Endgame to release on Saturday, April 6th. This is just a rough approximation. Of course, the marketing team can decide that they need to compete with either another film or another trailer that's going to be rumored to release, so they might move it up a couple of days or even a whole week. Like I said, it is possible we could get the trailer any day now, technically, but we're thinking more likely they're going to wait out probably 1 more month before dropping the trailer on us. And since Infinity War did so well in sales, and the fact that the movie kind of markets itself with Endgame just being the direct follow-up, I wouldn't be too surprised if they do something completely different also to try to spin a new marketing tactic in here. Marvel's constantly surprising us. We didn't think we would actually get the first Endgame trailer when we did, or at least until a ton of rumors started coming out that we were going to get one soon. Now, we're going to be pretty limited to what footage they show off. Obviously, they want to really keep a huge surprise for people who are seeing the movie opening night, but I wouldn't be too surprised if after the release of the movie, during that weekend after the first release, they might actually do a new TV spot that shows off a little bit more, just to entice maybe the more casual crowd who isn't going to jump up and see it and maybe needs to be sold on it just a little bit more. But if we remember from the last trailers that we got from Avengers Infinity War, they actually fabricated a lot of the scenes and changed some of the scenes to hide spoilers, and that might also be something we're facing in Endgame. So whatever we do see in this new trailer, we really have to take it at face value, because for the most part, they did a really good job at hiding some key details that people paid a ton of attention to. I mean, they fully CGI'd the Hulk in Avengers Infinity War's trailers, and he wasn't even present on the fight in Wakanda. There were also a couple of scenes that were slightly changed, like the amount of Infinity Stones that Thanos had during certain fight scenes, and just other little minor changes that they did along the way, just to keep people from seeing spoilers. So expect that too. If they do reveal something crazily amazing, they might be using some tactics to get you interested and make you think something's going to happen just to misdirect you for a huge surprise. And that could be really cool too. But that's it for today's video on looking at when we can kind of predict this last set of promotional material before we get Avengers Endgame. Guys, we are getting closer and closer as each day passes. I'm so excited to be back here covering these topics with you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are really passionate about the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. So let us know down below what you're most excited for from Avengers Endgame. Personally, I'm mostly excited for this overall culmination of everything that they've been working on for so long. It's going to tie up so many story elements, and you can tell from just that first trailer that they're coming full circle with a lot of these stories, just like I mentioned with Tony Stark. This movie's gonna lead for some serious action, and it's gonna be awesome to watch, and I'm super excited. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you want more coverage on just the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole, be sure to subscribe right here to Film Artsy, because we're gonna be covering everything and anything. And if you just like that constant reminder and discussion about what's going on, this is your one-stop shop for all of that. So make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications on, and we'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
If I could hush the emptiness in all of this, I would grab the moment to break from this and break from this and break all that we are, eternally denied. Still we go on.
Hey guys, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit the like button down below and subscribe for more Film Artsy. If you guys want to showcase your talent to the world, Film Artsy is the best place for you guys to do it. Please submit your videos to filmartsyofficial@gmail.com, or you guys can click the link in the description. We really want to see what kind of talent you guys can provide. So let us know, send us an email, and we'll check out your videos, and we'll see you all in the next video.
Talking?
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you guys.